So hey guys, welcome to our weekly Team Perseverance team call. It is March 3rd, and that means that there's one more day left in the month. And just bear with me as I actually got to physically, the one thing I don't like is I got to physically mute all If you can mute yourself, there's no background noise. Hold on. There we go. You all can hear me, right? Yes? Good. One day left in the month, which I know I touched base with some of my coaches. I got to do more, but that means one more day for the HIT Success Club at the end of this month. So whatever you need to do, follow up. Like they say, you know, I always say the fortune's in the follow-up, and it doesn't mean that there aren't people out there that you didn't speak to. I'm going to tell you right now that I was just telling Kristen, I got a new customer assigned to me yesterday. Sent them just a hello basic email and a text. She answered the text. My conversation connected to Facebook. She was on Facebook. We were back and forth today. I was quote unquote forming her. She's a nurse. She's in school. She has a baby. She has an 11-month-old. I then talked to her about the challenge group. I used the video that I made. I went through the 5 steps, and she's ordering Shakeology on Home Direct on the 1st. She already got T25. She got it through an infomercial assigned to me, and now she's going to order Shakeology. It wasn't that hard. That's another reason why if you're not an Emerald coach or you're not your spouse signed up to get halfway to Emerald, just a quick story. Free customer lead led to a turnover. The deal's not done, but it went very well today to a Shakeology Home Direct, 1 point. And I didn't talk to that person. I didn't find that person. It was given to me as a free lead. So I can't stress how good these leads are and how it led to conversation. Going into announcements like we always do first. Super Saturday. It's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday. April 12th is the date. If you do not have if you do not have a location near you, go to the back office under the breaking news. The listings are in there. And a Super Saturday, it's basically a quarterly event put on by a coach. It's put on by Emeralds of Hire. And coaches throughout all 50 states are putting on a Super Saturday. And you'll go there. You'll see a video. You'll see PowerPoints. You'll be with other coaches. Doesn't necessarily need to be Team Perseverance. And it's a time to come together. It's a time to learn what is coming out for the next quarter to help, pay it forward and make your business grow. And I always say I look at it as a must-attend event is the Super Saturday. On the heels of that, is Summit. I know right now, I think I stopped counting. I think there's going to be at least a dozen, possibly more. I think more Team Perseverance coaches at Summit. That is our annual event that Beachbody puts out every year. That's in Vegas. Is it an expense? Yes. Will you make your money back in what you learn and gain and the secrets from the top coaches and realize what you're part of? Absolutely. So I will never miss Summit. It's always going to be a struggle. I was just talking to my dad last night. I was bouncing the kids around for the 3 days. My sitter's going to have them for 2 nights, and to my father picking them up on the bus half day. It's a pain, excuse my language, it's a pain in the ass. It's hard, but I will not miss Summit because I treat this business like a business. So if you're a newer coach, definitely Coach Summit 2015, just CoachSummit.com to learn more. Or you can ask your sponsor and coach or message me later on after. I'm not going to spend more time on that. Second, I made an announcement today. Reminder. And I know obviously it came across because we had 15 new coaches added to our team today. Only a couple of them were new. Make sure that your sponsored coaches are in our Coaches of Team Perseverance page. Make sure they are there. And also make sure if you have coaches that their coaches are there. It doesn't take that long to just double check and make sure they're in there. Because what has happened, guys, it's happened to me, it's happened to Kristen, it's happened to a couple people, and this has been ongoing a couple months. There's coaches out there that want to work the business, but were never plugged in by us or you or the sponsoring coach, and they're not seeing what's going on with our team. And a lot of people, the big thing is a lot of people that really only wanted to come on and be part of the challenge groups, guys, the thing is they come in and just want to be part of the challenge groups and just support, and then they see all the success everybody's having and realize this business is not that hard, and they want to be part of that. Well, if they're not even in there to see it, that they're never going to have that opportunity, and you're never going to let yourself grow. So, and I told Kristen today, I said, if your coaches aren't in there, it's your fault. You're a diamond. You are a leader. And those of you that are leaders, you need to take leadership. And I had a check, and I had one of my coaches, and she's on here now. I think Brittany is somewhere in here. Brittany, are you in here somewhere? Raise your hand. There she is. Brittany, her husband's a law enforcement. He was one of my first coaches. I'm looking at my board here. He was like one of my first fourth or fifth coach from like 2 years ago. His wife, Brittany, signed up as a coach back early on. And she now wants to move forward and work the business. I looked. She wasn't in the group. So she hasn't seen anything that's going on. My fault, 100%. So make sure you're double checking that. We have about 200 people in there. Our team is much more than 200 people. There should be at least another 60 in there. I think we're pushing, well, last I looked, we were over 250 coaches. Next, challenge group. Our next challenge group is April 14th is the start of our next challenge group. Our current challenge group is going into week 3. Week 3 of the challenge group is all about healthy recipes. For those of you, everybody on here has been through a challenge group. Posting a photo of a healthy meal you ate that day cannot be Shakeology and what the recipe is. It's that simple. I know I sent a reminder to the team captains. Just make sure everybody leads from the front and starts doing that starting tomorrow in the challenge groups. Right before that, our coach boot camp. Our coach boot camp is starting on April 7th. Our current one is in day 27, I believe. I was just in there today looking. So they have a couple more days. So 1 week from tomorrow, I'm starting another 30-day coach boot camp for new coaches that are on here. It's basically every day I post a new assignment. It's about 15 minutes of work, and some days, probably about maybe 6 days in the whole month, there may be about 45 minutes of, say, something you got to listen to or watch. But after 30 days, it can really change your business. I can tell you right now, there is a coach, I'm going to keep the person unnamed, that's in the current group right now, and said she went in as a skeptic to this business, and she came out and she's a true convert to really what the opportunity is in 30 days. You will learn a lot. The only recommendation we have, it's not required, it's not set in stone, is we usually request that you have been a coach for at least a month, so you've been through a challenge group as a coach. So it's like your second challenge group. It's not set in stone. If there's people that really stand out and are go-getters and want it, then fine. But we do not want people feeling overwhelmed. Not that it is overwhelming, but coming on as a new coach, it's a lot to, to learn and what it's about. I don't want people being overwhelmed. Next, some announcements that I got my hands on, taken away from the cruise this week. I'm sure many of you saw the pictures of the cruise, everything going on. I refused to miss another trip. So I got myself registered and on the wait list for Cancun next year. Definitely not going to miss that. So a couple of the announcements. First and foremost, PIO, the new program you guys heard about, it's a mixture of Pilates and yoga, will be available the first day of Summit. So like T25 was released at Summit. You can get it in, basically it's in the, I'm blanking out on the name. It's the core. It's called the core at Summit. It's a 10,000 square, actually it's much bigger than that. It's like about over 10,000 square feet of Beachbody apparel and programs. So they're going to be releasing PIO first day of Summit. I'm excited about that. They are aware of and are fixing the customer service delays on the phone. The problem was caused by the 21-day fix going through the roof and people being delayed and many people calling in repeatedly to find out when it was being shipped, etc., along with just growth of the company is through the roof. Guys, the company is growing exponentially daily. I mean, it's just amazing. I'm seeing some of the numbers. Third, they are working to streamline the call-in process, and this is all stuff that came from Carl that I got my hands on. They are working to streamline the call-in process, but use the online chat when available. You're in the back office, you go to the bottom, you click on the little contact us, word, and then you can do an online chat and only call in when necessary. Or I just posted on our coach page, you can use Coach Relations on Facebook as well. Send them a message or maybe post on their wall if you want. Programs will be starting to be dubbed in Spanish, starting with the 21-day fix. No subtitles. It will just be dubbed over in Spanish speakers. Okay, so 21-day fix is going to be the first one, which I think is pretty cool. Another workout program, and they didn't give much more information. Carl didn't say. Another workout program is in development that would have been released very soon, but that will be announced later this year or early 2015. I know that Carl has said more than once that he has some big announcements at Summit, as they always do. So this could be something that they're going to announce at Summit, this new workout program. They are still looking at more international markets, but those will be open as we get product approval and they're not in a hurried manner. They want to be methodical about which ones to open and when. So we are going to go beyond Canada and Puerto Rico. It's only a matter of time. They just want to make sure everything's covered. There is an increased effort, and somebody just I think posted this recently. It may have been Brian. There is an increased effort on piracy. We should report anything we see that looks suspicious from Craigslist or retail stores. So we all see stuff on maybe Craigslist. eBay is a hard one because sometimes you'll catch coaches on there selling stuff on eBay, which is against policy and procedures. Don't get yourself caught doing that. I've seen coaches' accounts get suspended and kicked out. But that's what's going on. They're increasing the penalties on piracy. I saw somebody in New York that was selling them. It hit probably like 2 years ago. It hit an article in the New York Times, and the guy got fined. He had to pay back $1.5 million in a piracy penalty because he was warned by Beachbody to stop, and he didn't. So I thought that was pretty strong penalty. And last but not least, the Focus T25 Challenge Pack will be discounted for the month of April. I'm assuming it's going to be the same as the last time they discounted it, but that was $180. I'm not for sure, but this is the perfect time for those looking to get that quick fix and get ready for swimsuit season. So my guess is that challenge pack's going to be $180. And this is something Shaun T announced at the cruise. The best part, for coaches with the top 3 challenge pack sales for the month of April, you will earn either a private dinner date with Shaun, you, and 5 others, the other leaders, and Shaun's husband, Scott, while at Summit. Or you can earn a free training workout with Shaun T as he will fly to your house. Or you can earn another meet and greet with Shaun T while at Summit. There will be other prizes for those hitting Success Club in 5 and 10 as well. But the top challenge pack sales probably for the month of April are going to get your own one-on-one time with Shaun T. Either he'll fly to your house, or if you go on a Summit, you'll have a private dinner with him, the other 3 leaders, and his husband. So thought that was pretty cool. And he announced that directly at the cruise. So with that, I think that's it for news. Before I get into recognition, are there any questions from anybody? Just raise your hand and I will unmute you. No? Okay. All right, next, like to get right into recognition with the coaches and the team that are paying it forward with 100 team volume or more. So in the 100 volume club or more, I'm going to go right down. We have Marissa Gonzalez at 130 team volume, Jennifer Pico at 112 team volume, Casey O'Donnell, 155. Brittany, your husband's beating you, 155 team volume. Deirdre Pashley at 130 team volume. Cynthia Frank, 118 volume. Meredith Green, 100 volume. Danielle Villa, 180. Rosanna Bergio, congrats Rosanna, 145. Mandy Yazinski, 115. Michelle Rizzo, 130. Teresa May, 175. Laura Morrison at 130. Rachel Bottenheimer, 130. Guys, this is just amazing. The numbers each week get bigger and bigger. Betty Burgess, 130. Humberto Gonzalez, 105. Christopher Alexander, good job, Chris, 180. Crystal Greeno, 180. Karen Shepard, 192. Stephanie Krika, 130. And Denise Brobson at 180. Congratulations, all of you guys, in the 100 club. In the 200 club, we had my wife, Kristen Atkins, at 285. Congrats, babe. Janine Hennigan at 210. Melissa Prasad at 215. Now my eyes are getting blurry. Put my glasses on. Jean Marie Cregan at 225. Good job, Jean Marie. Liz Mullenbrook at 225. Good job, Liz. I saw you on here on the call. Timothy Christian at 285. Who else we have here? Sharice Nolson. Good job, Sharice, at 290. So that is the 200 club. Good job. Next, in the 300 club, we have Shanna Carlucci at 350. Good job, Shanna. Shanna has something coming on the horizon. I won't say anything. And I think that's it for the 300 club. For the 400 club, we have Jennifer Holman at 400. We have Amy Carroll at 400. And let me see, I think that's it for 400, but our winner, and she's like front and center, oh no, she got bumped over, is my sister-in-law, Michelle, at 400. And I lost you, Michelle. Where'd you go here? 470 team volume points for Michelle. Beating out Shanna for a week at 470 team volume points. Crazy. And for my volume for the week, to keep myself accountable, you guys, was 525 for the week. So, guys, awesome work. I mean, it's getting longer and longer. I really think sooner or later I'm going to have to maybe do 200 or higher. I mean, this list is getting bigger by the week. So it's just awesome work. So with that, right into tonight's call topic, and really I'm going to make this more of an interactive call in terms of objections that people are having, or most common objections. I quickly looked at some of them earlier. I have not looked at all of them, but I think the best way to go about it is I'm just going to go down. I'm going to go down what people posted as some of their objections, and try to give you what I would say, but I'm also going to call on some of you coaches that are leaders on the team. So be prepared. I'm not going to announce it, but now see what you guys think of what you say, because what works for me may not work for you, and what works for somebody else may work for you. So I want this to be interactive. So I'm just going to go into my Facebook here, so bear with me, and get right into that. Are there any questions so far with anybody that wants anything? No questions. You guys are just full of life. I tried starting with Rocky, Hearts on Fire, but all right, hold on. Where are we? Here we go. So I'm gonna put my glasses on again, so I get it again. So common objections, starting with Rosanna. Guys, some things I want to preface right away is that two things, actually a couple things. Number one is that we never, ever want to get into a battle of comparing ourselves to other products, Body by V or by Salis or some protein shake. Never do I want to get into a back and forth with somebody. And the one thing, you may want to write this down, that I use frequently, was taught to me, is when somebody asks about a product, oh, I drink a Metrex shake, I don't ever knock another product. I don't. I always say, and this is what was told to me, and it works, and it's quote unquote, I don't know about that. All I know is, and then giving a testimonial. So if somebody says, oh, you know, I do this other workout DVD that's 20 minutes long. I think it's better than T25. Even if you know what the program is, you can always apply. I don't know about that. All I know is we are helping about 100 people a month in our team challenge groups. And right now, T25 is the most popular programs. And then I'll give a testimonial. And this person lost 6 pounds this week. Yeah, and then even if they come back to you, yes, but this says it's 20 minutes and you can burn more calories because this trainer is younger than Sean T. I don't know about that. All I know is, and then give another testimonial. We have them. They're all over the place in our challenge groups. The point I'm trying to make is never take the bait of trying to get in to say, oh, but T25 is better because this program doesn't have that or this program doesn't have this. So I don't know about that. All I know is something that everybody should be using, even if you know about the program or supplement or any shake. So that's something you definitely, that I use all the time. And the other thing is that it's posture. And a lot of the posts I see here with objections, it's your posture. If you feel that Shakeology is too expensive, then your people are gonna come back and tell you Shakeology is too expensive. Your words and your posture are what's gonna bring on the objections. I don't get the Shakeology objection as much because I am very forthcoming to say I think it's a bargain. Yes, I know it's over $4, about $4 a day. Yes, I know maybe $140, but I know that Kristen and I went to Starbucks the other day and got two cafe whatever as a drink, and it was $10, and it's garbage. So I know for $4 as a coach price, even cheaper, but for them, $4 something a day to get over 70 vitamins and minerals and superfoods from around the world. I tell people that it's cheap. We'll spend so much money on other things. I'm not going to get into that right now, but your posture will set up people coming back to you and saying it's too expensive. You need to be strong in your stance and knowing what it's done for you. Just like if you saw a great movie, you'd have no problem sharing with other people. If you have a product that you love and it's changed your life, why would you not want somebody else to feel the way you do? You can't put a price on your health. So right now, like Rosanna's first one, I'm going to read these because I haven't looked at them. One, I can't afford right now. I already go to the gym. Okay, I will sign up. Then they don't. Okay. So when they say they can't afford that right now, Rosanna, usually if they're at that point, somebody says they can't afford it, I normally will know where they stand in their life at some point because I have somewhat of a relationship with them. Do they work? Are they on food stamps? Are they on food stamps? I don't know what they're at, but I usually tell them when I get to people about the money's an issue. And I just used this recently with somebody. What I tell them is that, and I've done this and realized that, a lot of people don't realize the mindless spending that people spend on things like going out to lunch once a week, or having a couple drinks on the weekend with a friend, or buying a couple packs of gum during the week, or buying a bag of chips, $2 here, $4 here, $3 here. I did this test, and a couple people early on, like a year or 2 years ago, did this, and it blew my mind away. One of the coaches talked about it on a training call when I used to dial on the calls, that the average person is a couple $100 a month in mindless spending. Your debit card, you swipe. Cash, you keep $20 to $40 cash on you. You get breakfast, you get Dunkin' Donuts, or you get a bagel, whatever it is. So I tell people that, people will spend over $5 on a number one supersize at McDonald's. That's garbage, and I really get into the mindless spending idea. And, I'm not going to get into a fight with somebody. If they're really saying I can't afford it, then that's where their priorities are. But I will speak truth to them as their coach and try to find out what the story is. But guys, I could tell you on the money thing, on the flip side, Scotty Hobbs, who paid his mortgage off in 2 years, who's looking to be top coach this year, has 4 little kids, was on food stamps, was broke as a joke, had no internet, no TV, no cable, went to his neighbor's house to use his computer to sign up to be a Team Beachbody coach. He now makes well over 5 figures a week. Okay, so I know that when people say, most of the time, I get that some people can't afford it, and I'm sorry I'm going on about this long, but most of the time, I can't afford it right now is an excuse, and it's our job in a nice way to find out where their priorities are, and if you have their why, which is in step 2, if you have their why, I go right back at them saying, you said that you just lost somebody in your family because of high blood pressure, and you said that you don't want to be the same way for your kids. Are you really going to let $4 a day, or are you really going to let a challenge pack of $180 stop you from getting your health back and leading an example for your kids? That's why step 2 in the 5-step process is so important in getting their why, because I get right back into it also, depending on how I feel, right back into it with their why. So I know that's a longer answer. Is there any questions on that? Guys, I can tell you there's no tricks. There's not. I don't back down, and I think people are looking for you as a coach to back down and say, yeah, I know it's expensive. Yeah, I know it's a lot of money up front. No way. I tell them our challenge groups are free. We run these groups for free. All we ask is that people, to create a level playing field, put some skin in the game and do the program and drink Shakeology. Because I also use an example, and I hope these things you guys are taking notes, is that I used to run challenge groups and not require Shakeology. I used to do that. And the success rate was not even close to what it is now, because people struggle with their diet the most their nutrition the most, and being able to replace one meal a day with Shakeology takes the guesswork out of it, and they're fueling your body with something so healthy their results have went through the roof. That's why we require it. I tell people I'm not setting you up for failure. I'm just not. I know some people have tried to help people one-on-one without drinking Shakeology, and a lot of them disappear. They don't get the same results. I already go to the gym. I think I saw that a couple times. Hey, if somebody tells you they go to the gym and they look great and it's working and they look in great shape, then there's nothing you can do. You need to move on. But if somebody is going to the gym and you know they've been going for 2 years and look the same, I will ask them, how have your results been in the gym since you started? Has your body changed in the last 6 months? Have you lost any weight in 6 months? Have you lost any inches? Are your results getting worse? For me personally, I was going to the gym and gaining weight because my body plateaued. So when people say I already go to the gym, I say that's great. How's that working for you? How are your results? And if they say, oh, which has happened at times, their results haven't been that good, or they're just trying to maintain, and then I let them know you probably hit a plateau, and why not give something for 30 days a try and see if it changes. That's usually my answer with the gym. But again, if it's some person that's ripped or some guy or girl that's doing great there, guys, we can't get everybody. There's more than enough people out there that need our help. Just let it go. Okay, I will sign them up, then they don't. Rosanna, you want to elaborate on that?
Okay, well, there's this one person recently who said she was going to sign up, and then I reached out to her. She was going to be in our March CG, and she said, well, I just quit my job and I'm finding something else, so, I want to wait till I get another job to get the money. I said, well, unfortunately, I cannot put you in the March group because, you do have the program, but you need to take Shakeology. She goes, oh, I didn't think I needed that. I'm like, well, I did inform you about that, and I didn't want to get to an argument. So I said, well, it was mentioned in our conversation. I met with her in person for 2 hours on a Sunday, and she was all for it and stuff. And then she goes, okay, I'm gonna, then I won't do it. I understand, she says. So that was my challenge with her. But I'm still in touch with her. She did switch to be my customer because she wanted to be a coach. So I'm still in touch with her, and hopefully I'll get her for April. But she was misunderstood, or she was just playing me. I don't know. So because it was clearly understood in person that she needed Shakeology and a workout program. And when she told me that, oh, I didn't think I needed Shakeology to be in the CG, I'm like, yeah, you do. I can't put you in. And I asked you to remove her like that first day in the group.
You know what, Rosanna? For me, integrity is like the most important thing when it comes to that. And I tell people the truth, and I tell them that. And you're more than welcome to say our team, me, we used to run challenge groups. It was really me when I didn't require people to drink Shakeology. And at the end of the day, we all know, I can speak for myself this weekend. I can work out 5 or 6 days a week real hard. This weekend for me was a disaster of eating from Friday on. My wife was like, oh my God, it's a disaster. And that's what people struggle with most. And I tell people, hey, if people struggle with most, they're eating. And even when people say, oh, I eat healthy, that's just, they don't want to be open-minded. And I try to tell them that, that Shakeology has increased, and I'll go back to the Team Perseverance Challenge Group video, that it takes the guesswork out. And even myself, I say I struggle. I struggle myself, but being able to replace one meal a day, makes a difference, and it creates a level playing field. And you know what? If they don't bite, they don't bite. Guys, there's only so much you can do. And I'm going to go through all these things and some things that we can go over. But sometimes you just need to cross them off your list and move on, because there's some people that just are not going to want to hear it. And does that mean you can't follow up with them next month? No, it doesn't mean that. Some people you need to follow up with a long time, but don't hound them. Just let it go and move on. So with her, Rosanna, I think you did what you can. I remember you telling me to remove her. Now I guess that's why. But again, just use, look how our challenge groups are doing for people that are doing it and doing Shakeology and working out. The results are amazing. We're averaging like 100 people a month. We have success stories everywhere. And the thing is, facts tell, stories sell. Telling them about all the stuff in Shakeology may not be as powerful as telling them about a testimonial of somebody that is drinking Shakeology. So that would be my answer to that. So, next I see, I don't want to drink the shake. I'm motivated. This is Sharice to do this on my own. Don't need the support of a group or coach. Sharice, is that inquiring or you've dealt with that and you've handled that?
I've handled it.
So how do you handle it?
Well, which one?
I'll read your thing. The first one, I don't want to drink the shake.
So for that, I like to talk about the bottom of the bag guarantee, because most people are really already hooked by something at this point in the conversation. Like they're hooked by the workout, you know, maybe it's the 25 minutes, maybe it's the challenge group, it's the support, something like that. So just trying the shake and knowing they can fully get their money back. I say there are so many people that have been my challengers that have told me they don't like shakes, that they've hated protein shakes in the past, that they don't like that consistency or whatever, and then they wind up loving it. And I say, you know, tell me the kinds of flavors you like, and we'll personally find recipes that work for you. And so, you know, I've had Shakeology returned once out of all the challengers that I've had, and that really was more of a medical issue than anything else. So you know, to give people the confidence, like, why not try it just to get into the group? You know, give it a chance. If you don't like it, you could send it back. It's not a big deal. And people feel confident about that. And I tell them I'll even handle, if you want to return it, I will handle the return for you. I will personally make the phone calls. And they're like, okay, there's nothing to lose with that.
No, that's good. No, that's good. I like that. I mean, it just makes sense. You basically hold their hand for them. What about, and actually, I already spoke about this one. Oh, no, I didn't. That was Rosanna. I'm motivated to do this on my own. Don't need the support of a group or coach. What do you say to that, Sharice?
Oh, it's similar to what you already said about I go to the gym. Like, well, how is that working for you? You know, why were you interested in this in the first place? Like, why did we start having this conversation? You go back to their why. So once you have their why of, well, you know, I still need to lose like 10 pounds of baby weight or something like that, then it's like, okay, so maybe you do need some support. Maybe you do need something to change because what you're doing right now isn't getting you the results that you talked about wanting. So this is just one thing that has worked for so many people. And this is when, like, I'll send the YouTube video with the testimonials from our team, or that when I posted in the coaches group and we got everybody's results, I have that all in one document, and I'll copy and paste that and send that to people and just say, look at these results. You know, this is what support did for people. So, you know, do you want to give this a shot to reach your goal?
I think it's great. And what I think is what Sharice said, which is so important, guys, I cannot stress the importance of getting their why. I know sometimes people are like, yes, I want to be in the group, sign me up. And we want to rush to, yes, here's the link for the challenge pack. But then all of a sudden you get objections. Maybe it's price, maybe it's not. Plus you want to help them and you like to know what their why is. Always, you know, slow them down. You know, before I send you more information, let me know, what are your goals? The better I know more about you, the better I can point you in the right direction. And you really get people to open up to you. And I think it's powerful because a lot of objections of these you can handle by going back with them on what their why is. Kristen Columbus, the shake does not work. Kristen, I can tell you right now, like, I'll say to you, if somebody told me the shake doesn't work, I could probably write a novel and I'd overwhelm them with how it does work. So when people say that it doesn't work, I would say, you know, maybe that's it. Did you try the shake before? You know, how did you hear it doesn't work? I don't know about that, but all I know is that this person, Rosanna Bergio, is on the verge of losing 50 pounds and she drinks Shakeology every day. You know, I know this person lost 6 pounds. I mean, we have testimonials. If somebody told me that the shake didn't work, I'd go back with the testimonial and I'd ask him, did you drink it before? So that one would probably fire me up a little bit. But anyway, 2, the shake doesn't taste good after trying many variations. I ask him, how are you making it? Guys, the big thing with Shakeology, it tells you to make it with 8 ounces or 1 cup of liquid. I always make it with at least 12. I saw Sharice posted, sometimes she goes to 16. If people are making it and it's coming out like chocolate pudding and so thick, they're not adding enough liquid or they're adding way too much ice. And the first time they drink it, you want it to take, I love it, but sometimes if you make the texture bad, it can throw people off. So I tell people a cup and a half of unsweetened almond milk or fat-free milk, because it tastes a lot better with that than it does with water. A handful of ice, and a recipe I like. Like I love peanut butter. I'll say I put a scoop of all natural peanut butter in there. But if somebody says the shake doesn't taste good, I rarely have somebody that doesn't like any of the flavors. I rarely, that you can't find somebody to like a flavor. It always comes back to, if they can't taste good, it's because that they didn't make it properly. Third, she writes, I can't do the workouts at home. Kristen, I guess my answer to that is, me personally, I keep coming back to testimonials. I was a guy that had P90X sit on my desk for about 6 to 9 months, the ab ripper workout, sitting on my desk, and it collected dust. And I was stubborn that I was a gym guy. I ran New York City Marathon. I don't need some Richard Simmons DVDs. I used to make fun of them. And then I talk about how it's changed my life and my results now. And I just give another testimonial and see, for them to give it a try, to explain to them this is no walk in the park. So that's how I usually handle that. Going to Liz's questions. Wants the shake, not the program, and vice versa. Say yes, then do not follow through, even though I do. Of course. All right, so wants the shake, not the program, and vice versa. I would say with that is, if somebody only wants one or the other, then those are the people that I work with one-on-one. And those are the people I will follow up with the following month and see if they'd be willing to come on the challenge group, because most times than not, what happens with these people is that they're not going to get the results. I think the results, hand down, we all like having personal trainers on a daily basis. That's the way I see it. You get a motivation, accountability, and support. Unless you have somebody that's very self-motivated, it's hard to get somebody to stick it through on their own. So I always follow up the next month. But if they're insisting they want one or the other, then I work with them one-on-one. Say, quote unquote, yes, and do not follow through, even though I do. The things I do to get people to answer me, and you may want to write this down. The first thing I write, if they don't answer me after they said they're going to do something, I always say, quote unquote, I just wanted to follow up because I didn't hear back. I just want to follow up with you because I didn't hear back. You're not just saying, hey, just checking in. Did you look at that yet? I tell them, I'm just following up with you because I didn't hear back. Like, I let them know you didn't answer me. Hello. So I always send that the first time. If they don't answer that, I then will say, I just wanted to follow up with you. I hope I didn't say something wrong or do something that made you upset or mad or scare you away because I didn't hear back. Let me tell you, that usually works like 99.9% of the time, because people do not want people to think that they think they're mad at somebody, they're mad at you, or you hurt their feelings. And I just tell them, and I got that from MJ Durkin, who trained a lot of the coaches back when he was very more involved. He's a big leader with network marketing, and it works. I hope I didn't say something wrong, or did I do something to get you angry, or something towards those lines. People usually answer. And last but not least, Liz, I usually say at the end, I have not heard back, just want to follow up with you. I didn't hear back. Let me know if I should cross you off my list and give your spot to someone else. That one really lights a fire into their butt, because nobody wants to be told they're being crossed off their list. So I have used that as a last resort, and I usually don't have to get to that point. And if they still don't answer, the next month, I will follow up with them, kind of like Rosanna Bergio used to not answer me, and now she's about to lose 50 pounds. But I would follow up with her the next month, or him, and just say, hey, I know we spoke last month. And this is even somebody that I may have used that last line, cross off list. They didn't answer. I will follow up and say, hey, I know last month we were talking about the challenge group because you had interest. I just want to let you know we're starting another one in 2 weeks. We'd love to have you. And then they don't answer. Then I follow up a couple weeks later for the next month. And I relentlessly follow up with anybody that shows interest one time or another. So does that answer those questions, Liz? Oh, let me unmute you. Yes?
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. And then cost. Cost, guys, always goes back to posture. I can tell you I used to pay close to $100 a month at New York Sports Club. So in 2 months, it's more than a challenge pack after tax. And a lot of these programs, there's people that are doing T25 over and over and over again. They got their money's worth. And the program alone by itself is probably worth 1 month of a gym membership. And you're having somebody in the workouts tell you exactly what to do. When you go to the gym, most people don't know what they're doing, and they go on an elliptical and spin their legs and read some magazine for an hour and think they got a workout in. What a joke. All right. So anyway, so that's my thought with that on cost. It's in your posture, guys. I think they're getting a very good thing for what they're getting. Let's see here. Jola said, I want to do this the healthy way, no shakes and DVDs, as he's walking out of the grocery store with a case of beer and muscle something protein. I wanted this. It's so funny. So I want to do this the healthy way, no shakes and DVDs. So there you go. There you go, babe. I'm putting you on the spot. Chrissy.
Me?
Yeah.
You want to do this the healthy way. Well, once again, she has to go back to his why and take it from there and say, well, what do you suggest is the healthy way? You know, you told me you needed to lose 25 pounds. How can I help you get there? You know, do you think that, you know, it could be your diet, it could be your workout, whatever. But once again, I think going back to their why is always the place to start and get a conversation going with that and asking their opinion. Well, how do you think you can get there? How can I help you get there? You know, we have these challenge groups. I know for a fact, I had a girl actually last month tell me she told me she gains between 30 to 50 pounds per year. And she really needed to lose weight. And, you know, I went through everything with her and she wrote back, yeah, just give me the gist. I don't need those shakes. I already know how to eat healthy. And I was like, well, apparently if you're gaining 30 to 50 pounds per year, I'm going to guess that you really don't know how to eat healthy. So I said, listen, this is the deal. I was like, it's proven to work. Literally hundreds of people cannot be wrong. Month after month, I see this. You know, the accountability plus the working out plus the nutrition is what it's proven for success. If you want to give it a shot, you can get your money back if you're not happy. But I promise you that, you know, you'll get to where you want to be and you won't regret it. And the one girl that I spoke to was like, you're right. All right. Where do I sign up? You know, so I think you have to take their why, put it back in their face, and just tell them hundreds of people that I've worked with cannot be wrong doing this. And it's the three things, the nutrition, the accountability, and the exercise all put together is the secret to success.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And no, it's all good stuff. And I'm reading the rest of stuff that she wrote. She's been a new coach. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Shanna, is that how you pronounce her name? Her first name? Is she on here?
Yeah.
I'm unmuting you. Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Is that how you pronounce her name?
It's Yola.
Yola. Okay. Is Yola on here or no?
Yeah, she is on here.
Where is she? Yola, where are you? Oh, she's probably on the phone. I haven't muted. Yola,
No,
is that
I see
you?
her. I see her. Yola.
Hi, guys.
There we go.
Okay. No.
Hey, guys.
Hey, you're on the phone?
I am.
Okay, all right. I don't mute you. I see some of your other stuff, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you make me like crack up all the time. So some of the ones I just like, I don't like to sweat. That's why I just do my own thing. Like, I don't even know if I can take somebody serious with that. Like some of your objections, are you just putting them in to make us laugh? Or are you being? I gotta ask, are you being dead serious or what?
Dead serious. Actually, someone said that to me on Friday.
I don't like to sweat. That's why I just do my thing. At that point, I would just be like, all right, I would probably move. I mean,
Yeah.
like all right, whatever.
I just walked away.
Like the next one too.
At that point, I just walked away.
It will make my legs hurt. I mean, this is almost bad. Kristen this week had a lady say that she just got her dress for, what was the thing, Kristen?
Her son's bar mitzvah.
Right.
And she lost like 20 pounds already, and she has a good probably 50 more to go. And she's been telling me she wants to do the challenge group month after month after month. And I was like, all right, let's go. She's like, yeah, well, here's the thing. I already got the dress for the bar mitzvah, and it fits perfect. So I really just don't want to lose any more weight because then I have to get another dress, and I just don't have time for that. I'm planning the whole party, and I was like, I was talking to her face to face, so my face, I think it dropped, and she almost started smiling, like realizing, like, all right, you're on to me here. Like, this is the dumbest excuse you probably have ever heard. And I was like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So you're telling me you don't want to lose any more weight because you have to buy another dress for a smaller size or get it, tailored? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. At that point, I've been talking to her for so many months. I said, you know what? You know where to find me. I'm here for when you're ready. And so she's not ready until June.
Right. And, and Yola, I would say some of your objections, I would always ask people if what they're doing is working. And because so many people hey, one person I likes to go to the gym, do it the old fashioned way, the treadmill and crunches 3 times a week. I ask them, how is it working? Have you lost weight? How have your results been? And a lot of times, more times than not, that's just that they're giving an excuse and their results haven't been good. And then if by then I have their why in step 2, which you'll learn about, I go back at them with their why. So
I know it's not working because the people that those excuses that I mentioned on there, they're people I work with every single day.
Gotcha.
Give them
That's
time, Yola.
That's the military's finest.
Right. No, I gotcha.
Yola, they're going to be watching you for a while now, and just give them time. They'll come to you when they're ready.
Yeah, some of them already cut me out of the group.
That's okay.
They told me last night that my involvement with Beachbody is bad for the group.
It's bad for them, actually, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because they see you doing something
Oh,
good.
it's okay. Yeah, I don't mind. They'll come around.
Yeah.
We've gone there before. It's just the one guy that I really need to get on board. He's put on 60 pounds since July last year. He's back on every blood pressure medication, everything, and he's one of my best friends. And he's the one that his legs will hurt if he does this.
Good. Tell him that's good.
Yeah, I know. He said right now he just wants his arms and chest to be huge, so lifting is all he wants to do.
All right, so guys, I'm going to move along because we have a couple more questions, and I realize it's like 9:24, and I know some people just popped off, so that means we're not moving quick enough. So I'm going on to Megan. I feel like I'm talking about T25 and Shakeology all the time since everyone wants to know what I'm doing. It's nice that people are starting to notice the difference, but no one wants to pay for it. Everyone says it's too expensive, can't afford it, and are trying on their own to eat healthy or trying a different diet. Megan, that goes back again to if people say it's too expensive, if they're looking to you to come back, and for me, when people tell me it's too
everybody wouldn't be sitting around.
Hold on. Oh, I gotta mute people. I thought that was somebody talking. I get right back in and explain to them, people will pay a couple $100 for 6 or 7 personal trainer sessions. I mean, you know what? Here we go. I'm gonna put Michelle on the spot. Michelle, how much was your personal trainer sessions you guys used to pay for?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. We actually would get a really good deal just
That's
because.
why it was Melissa.
Yes, but typically at the gym, I feel like when Melissa left, I think it was at least like $75 an hour, at least, for one person.
So $75 an hour, guys. Let's be realistic. You go to a trainer for 1 hour. First time you meet them, they have to learn about you. Say they know you. You go in, you work out for an hour, 4 exercises. That's it. If you do that same thing every day, you're not going to get the greatest results. 2 days, you're paying for a challenge pack, and then you probably have a program that's 60 to 90 days long. I mean, it's in your posture. People will pay for a 12-pack of personal trainer sessions. I hear about it all the time, and that's hundreds of dollars. So when people give me a price objection, I always just go back at them, and talk to them. It's actually a good deal.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
I actually am going back. I've been going back and forth with this girl for 2 months now, and she was diagnosed with some kind of hormone disorder. So she's prone to gaining weight. So she's like, every week it was like, oh, I'm going to buy it this week. I'm going to buy it this week. So it's always like the money objection. And now she told me that her husband is like, he won't let me buy it because I spent $500 on 10 personal training sessions, and I only used 2 of them. I mean, I showed her my before and after picture, and that kind of did it. She was like, holy shit. So I'm like, I'm waiting. Supposedly she's supposed to buy it this week, but literally for 2 months, it's a lot of money, or I don't think I'm going to see the results, or this and that. Like, it was a different excuse every week, and I just stayed on her, and I think now I got her.
Wow.
But I know that it would be really good for her. So I finally was just like, you know what? Boom. Here's my before and after picture. And like, she was like, I can't even believe it. So I think now she's, you know, like, she sees that there are results. So I'm just hoping that she gets the results that she wants, because she does have this disorder that she's prone to gaining weight. And that's one of her issues why things won't work, but we'll see.
That's amazing. $500 for 10 sessions. All right, Michelle, I'm going to mute you again so I don't get background noise. Next one, Brian Laupsher. He says, I already eat healthy, so I don't need Shakeology. I'm going to go back to Charisse. What? Ha!
I heard you. Okay, so
I already eat healthy. I don't need Shakeology.
yeah, so I've always eaten healthy too for most of my adult life, but it's a little bit different to get over 70 superfoods from around the world in one dense dose of nutrition. It gives you a different level of energy, it boosts your immune system in a different way. And again, if you're having this conversation and you go back to the why, you know, there's probably something in there where having Shakeology help you not have cravings would be you know, a good point to bring up there. So yeah, you can eat healthy, but it's like that commercial for Shakeology that's on all the videos when the person's at the grocery store and like trying to buy all of the ingredients that individually go into Shakeology, and the bill's like $400 something. It's just impossible for us to get all of those superfoods otherwise. So if you're into eating healthy, why wouldn't you want to eat even healthier in such a simple way?
Right. And I remember, I know I don't know if you guys ever see the Nutrition Simplified. If you try to put all the ingredients in Shakeology on your own, it's kind of like that corny Tony Horton video. It's like well over $100 something per serving if you would have to buy everything individually, which you can't even get in this country because some of it's international. It's just, you can't get that health in a bag like you do here. Thank you, Charisse. Kristen, my wife, I'll do the workouts, but already drink Isogenics or MetaFast or X brand. And then on the heels of that, Kristen, you wrote, I just ordered everything from Amazon and eBay, all set. When do I start the group? I'm actually going to let you answer both of those because I know you've handled both of those. I just have to unmute you. Hold on. Go ahead.
No, just we've already kind of covered it. But if they say, you know, I've had people go, oh yeah, I heard about Shakeology. I already drink Isogenics. It's like the same thing. And, you know, and I want to fight back and be like, no, it's not. You're drinking chemicals. But just do the same thing. Like, oh, I don't know much about that. All I know is Shakeology is blah, 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 blah. What I was also going to add on is that, you know, those videos in our back office, especially the Shakeology videos, I find that when people are really giving me a Shakeology objection, those videos really help just kind of put it all into perspective, because they really have no idea. Like, you're like, oh, it's packed with, you know, superfoods and vitamins, and, you know, you can say a lot, but sometimes they just don't believe you until they see something more concrete, and then think the video kind of has helped me in the past. And then what was the other one I said? I just bought it off of eBay. My friend Kat just had this happen yesterday. She's a new coach, so she's like, help. She told me she went and ordered it, and, you know, and it's happened a lot. And I see Carrie on the phone. I don't know where she's going, but Carrie was one of the I see you, Carrie. One of the eBay or Amazon buyers for Shakeology for a long time, and she's like, it's cheaper. I don't want to buy it from there. What I would say to that is, you know, program or Shakeology wise, number one, you know, especially if they get like a program there, you know, they don't have, they don't get the bonus workout. They don't get the free shipping. They're missing out on the Team Beachbody the club membership, the personalized meal planner that comes with it. You get your free coach with it. And if something goes wrong with your DVDs, there's no recourse. You know, you bought it off of eBay or Amazon. It's broken. That's it. You lose out on that. You know, Beachbody's great with replacing things right away. So these are all some things that I would mention, like, oh my goodness, gosh, you missed out on all these great things, all these free things. And for Shakeology too, like, and I truly have heard horror stories of people getting the old formula, you know, because they're like old or they're expired. Sometimes people, you know, they could buy 2 bags of Shakeology for like $100 and they think they're getting a bargain, but it's the old formula or it's expired. And once again, they won't get the bottom of bag guarantee. If they don't like it, they just spent $100 and wasted their money. They can't return it. There's no recourse. So I just always put that in there and say, you know, unfortunately, you know, for the groups that, you know, they think that if they buy it, they can get into the group. And I say, you know, listen, we run the groups for free. I'm your coach for free. All we ask is that, and this is a Dave quote, you put some skin in the game and just like everybody else, make it a level playing field and you just get the products through me. That's all I ask and I will help you get the rest of the way there.
Right. Thank you. So let me scroll down here. Moving on. Brian, I downloaded the videos. I mean, Brian, if people download the videos, I won't let them in the group. They download the videos, and at the minimum, if they have the videos they borrowed from somebody else, I will make them get Shakeology, at least from us, because I tell them again, you got to put skin in the game. I keep going back to, I'm not going to have somebody, we're going to run these groups for free, and we're going to do motivation, accountability, and support, and you're going to get all of that, but all we ask is for people to at least meet us halfway. That's what I say if people download the videos. Yes, I'm interested. Follow up, nothing. Follow up, crickets. Follow up, silence. Repeat. Shanna, you want to answer that?
Basically, what I do is I just continue to follow up. And if people stop answering me, I'll put them on the back burner until the following month. And I will go back and just say, you know, just want to let you know, I know you were interested before. I have a challenge group starting on the 14th. I'd love to hold your spot. Let me know. And, you know, people do come around. I had someone that was going to join the group in February. And actually, no, I think it was in January. And she's like, oh, I'm going to buy on Friday. I'm going to buy on Friday. Friday came and went. She didn't buy. She messaged me and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I missed the deadline. I'm like, oh, you know, there's always next month. The following month, I did it again. I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy. She did not buy. Finally, she's in the group this month and she's doing great. She's doing so great. So you cannot give up. You have to just continue to follow up and people will come around. Even if they're quiet, they see every move you're making.
I agree. I totally agree.
That's what I do. Just keep following up every month and seeing if they want to get back in, you know, and the objections you listed earlier about not hearing back have been good too, Dave.
Good. But no, I mean I just keep, if they don't answer, then I just follow up the next month. I've had people, I don't want to say Rosanna's the only one. I have people that take months. I have somebody that's coming around after 2 years. He's actually in the challenge group right now. His name is Dennis. I've been talking to him since 2011. I guess that's 3 years. Just keeping in touch with people and just following up. I keep them in my prospect list. That's it. You never know. Any suggested tactics for getting someone in a challenge group who's already self-motivated and is working out, maybe just running or going to the gym a few days? Brian, when I have people like that, if they're in that great a shape, basically from, you know, I walk the walk, they know I do these programs. I'm constantly talking about it on Facebook. They're friends with me on Facebook. They see what I do. I will engage with them on Facebook with regular stuff, so I know my posts are coming up and I talk about fitness and health, and just hope the law of attraction kicks in. But you can't force somebody that is in already great shape to, you know, I really maybe don't have a why as much because they're already self-motivated and have the results. So I would move on and hope that the law of attraction kicks in. And sometimes I've had people where that does kick in because I keep in touch with them and they just want to come around and try something different. I mean, I have people right now. I have a girl that I went to the gym with her. You know, I've always wished she'd come in a challenge group. Older, her name's Heidi, and she runs all the time, and she's in phenomenal shape, and it's just the way it is. I support her. She's in great shape. Sometimes it's just not going to work out. I'm just scrolling down here. I think we're getting towards the bottom, guys. A couple more minutes. Maria, but I already drink a protein shake, and your shake costs too much. I tell people Shakeology is not a protein shake. This is not a whey protein shake. People think it's a protein shake. This is a full meal replacement. A protein shake is not. This has over 70 vitamins and minerals and You know, and I explained to them, you're comparing apples and oranges. You know, it's two different things. And if they say, oh, but this shake, it has more than just protein, I don't know about that. All I know is, and I give them a testimonial. And in terms of costing too much, I went over price objection, so I'm not going to get into that already. I already work out. Again, I asked them if what they're doing works again, Maria. I think we went over that a little bit, so I'm not going to get back into that if they work out already. Kristen got, I don't know how to ask you this without seeming rude, and I understand I work in sales, and I say this. Is there anyone who has done the program that doesn't sell it that I can ask how they liked it? I live you, don't hate me. I love you, don't hate me. I love that you're so passionate about it. Kristen actually had somebody send her that she knows she's in sales. It's pretty funny. Kristen then sent her the Team Perseverance video that I made on YouTube, and she came around and she responded back that she's going to buy, and she's in. So that video is powerful. Brittany, it's so expensive. Can I just borrow your copy when you're done? I tell people, I had a guy I work with reach out to me for his wedding. You want to know if he can try out in Saturday? I told him, I know how much he makes. I go, listen, I said, Kristen and I are still using it, even though we're not doing it in Saudi right now. Spend a couple dollars and get it. Don't be a cheapo. And this is a friend of mine, and he's like, I was just going to see and do it for a couple months. Like, he wanted me to give him 60 days. Guys, it's a business, and if people treat their health that way, I tell them I'm doing the program myself, and I'm still using the DVDs. And there's a money-back guarantee with all the programs. If you don't like it, you can send it back and get a full refund. In terms of so expensive, hopefully, Brittany, I think we went over a lot of the stuff with the price. And I think as you learn, you jump into Coach Boot Camp, I think you're going to learn a lot from that. Here's one I'm struggling with. This is the last one, guys. Danielle Wortman. I just got it. I did not get the challenge pack. I got the essential one. I am not a big fan of the Shakeology supplements. I guess they are on back order, so I won't get it till the end of the month. Cannot wait to start. Well, obviously, Danielle, if that's exactly what they're writing, I would say Shakeology supplements. What are the supplements of Shakeology? Shakeology is a full meal replacement. Is Danielle still on here, or she popped off? Danielle, is that exactly what she says?
Yeah, that I just cut and pasted from the message that she had sent to me, and then I messaged her back asking her about, her experience with Shakeology, and crickets. So I don't know. And
sometimes, I see if somebody actually refers to it as Shakeology supplements, they obviously don't know what Shakeology is, because it's not first it's in the plural, supplements, as if it's like multiple things that are Shakeology, and it's not like they even know that it's a full meal replacement shake.
Yeah.
So she obviously, Danielle, at the end of that, I read right through that. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and she's not educated about it. And that just may be her way of coming up with an excuse.
Yeah, and I know that she also ordered it through my link. And if she had experience with Shakeology before, I would have assumed that it would have gone to the other coach, and then I would have had to reel her in and transfer her over to me.
Right.
But no, so I'm waiting to hear back from her.
Yeah, so my guess is that it's not there, and I would do the one-liners I said to follow up.
Yeah. I'm probably going to use the formula change as maybe a comeback for her, and then also the bottom of the bag guarantee.
And also send, and Kristen wants to talk in a second, also the YouTube video that we have is a great one for her to let her see how great Shakeology's been for so many people, because they talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen.
Well, Danielle, I was just going to say the breakthrough video for Shakeology, if you could send her that, say, maybe you don't 100% understand what Shakeology is. Just if you could take a few minutes to watch this video, it might make it a little more clear, so you could see how important it is for, to balance your health and, with your exercise program as well.
Right.
Just to get an idea. Just say, I'm not quite sure you understand exactly what it is.
Right. Okay.
Hope that helps, Danielle. But that one, it's nothing you did or said. She doesn't know really.
Yeah, because she was on board to get the whole challenge pack, and then she writes to me like, "Hey, I got it, but I decided to go with Plan B." I'm like, ah.
Plus, Danielle, always tell them about the challenge pack that you get Shakeology plus your program plus free shipping plus a bonus DVD plus a personalized meal planner, all at a discounted price. Right. If she was going to do it separately, she would pay probably $60 to $90 more doing it that way. Just say, This is the best way to do it. You get the program for next to nothing, along with everything else that you need to be successful. It's actually the most efficient, money-saving way that you can get everything.
Okay. Thanks.
Guys, with the challenge pack, guys and girls, whatever way you want to use it, you're getting one of the things like 50% off. If it's like T25 is going to be on sale for $180, Shakeology is normally just at the one. It's like high 120s. So for $60, you're getting T25 that's normally like 120. So you're getting 50% off. If somebody says they just want the Shakeology, they don't want to spend the money on the program, well, Shakeology is one, and you just flip it because the average program is about $120 and Shakeology is about $120. So when you're getting a challenge pack, you're getting one of them for 50% off. So why would you not, for another $50 or $60, not want to get the program and get the challenge pack, and you get free shipping? So you add in somebody that just buys T25 for $120, and then they pay shipping and tax. Next thing you know, they're like $30 away. They could have got Shakeology for $30. I mean, the challenge pack, they do make it the best deal, and it's got to be in your posture, and you got to believe in it and be passionate about it, because I know that's the best deal. So whatever way you want to word it, whether it's the Shakeology half off or the program half off, make sure you use that. If there's any questions, we went through all of them. I know it's been probably one of the longest call. I apologize. I'm hoping this helped. Are there any people want to raise their hand? Have any other questions, objections? No, nobody? Captain Doherty, no? What? You're calling me out?
No, you answered it, and plus I think I've stalked Kristen down.
All right.
Like every hour.
All right, good. I'm sorry I picked IG. You were the first profile I looked up, I saw. All right, guys, if there's no questions, have a great week, week 3 of the challenge group. Great to see a lot of people on here tonight. Sorry it went a little long. The recording will be up shortly on our coach page. Otherwise, have a great week. Push play tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye-bye.